Hello, I'm Larry Putnam, Superintendent of Burke County Public Schools, and I want to welcome you back to the school year that we didn't expect. I want to welcome you back by first saying, let me state the obvious, Plan C. No face-to-face contact with our students. I realize it is not the start we wanted, but it is the current plan. This year, as of now, until we can return face-to-face, families can elect to work remotely. That means their child can have a hard copy paper packet if they choose, for those families who don't want to utilize technology devices. Or another option they have is for their child to work virtually. This means that everything their child does related to school assignments is done on a device via the internet, such as the one the school system has provided, or they may elect to use their own device. And the third options families have is to enroll in our newly minted virtual academy for the entire semester. None of these options are what we wanted, but it is our current reality and we have to accept it for now. Nonetheless, this year is like none ever experienced before. Things are going to be different. We have never started school virtually. We are going to experience problems, and when we do, we will address them. We have to understand that our jobs may be different. Our duties may be different, but our mission is the same. To serve our students and families of Burke County Public Schools the very best we can, and to remember to exercise patience and grace. To understand that parents are frustrated. Some of our students are frustrated. Many of you are frustrated, and I too share this frustration. But that is okay. This too shall pass. With this school year rollout, there will be different problems that occur at every household. There will be technological challenges for many, signing in on the proper account that utilizes the school filter, lack of broadband internet across the county, data plans, and understanding that devices work differently. There will be a steep learning curve for many of our families if you are not familiar with technology, which will lead to even more frustration. We have to understand it is because we are having to do things differently. It is harder to teach remotely, communicate remotely, hold meetings remotely, and learn remotely. Let's acknowledge this frustration, but channel this frustration into solving and mitigating these challenges that we have never experienced before. I think we can all agree this is not the school start we wanted. Of course, we wanted to be back face-to-face with our students, but again, we are experiencing unprecedented times. Teaching this year is going to be different than the emergency learning we did at the end of last school year. We were in survival mode the last 10 weeks of school last year. As I have said many times, the questions far outpace the answers. We are learning every day. For instance, already the questions regarding end-of-year testing for 2021 are in play. My response to such questions has not changed. We have to stop and ask ourselves, what would reasonable people think, say, and do? We have to allow our state and local leaders opportunities to address these questions with respect to the law, which takes time. There is no way that we can hold on to the same rigid testing and accountability standards for an environment that does not allow the same opportunities of interactions with students. Instead, we can take this opportunity to explore and hone our craft of teaching a new way. We can get creative in how we want our students to learn. This is an opportunity to be part of something better than what it has been and provides teachers autonomy like no other time in history. It is also important to note that our jobs have changed since the pandemic, and as we return to the start of school, under whatever plan, we must realize that our jobs may not be the same. But our mission is the same, to understand that we need to work collaboratively with our parents, to to educate students and to positively impact our students' lives socially, emotionally, and academically. This brings us back to COVID-19 and how we are responding. There are no right answers, and there is certainly not a solitary solution. We are experiencing a live documentary each day, and one day we will be able to look back and realize the right and wrong decisions that we made. But we will also realize that those decisions were not made lightly, and that good and cautious intentions were behind each and every one of those decisions. Which brings me to the conclusion. The reason people are frustrated is because they need us. The reality of change has finally set in that we are not having a traditional start, even though that is what we all wished. People are relying on the school system to save the day. It is a cry for help. Recognizing that we are experiencing a worldwide pandemic and are bound by the governor's orders, we are going to be there for them. And we're going to help them. Remember, it is schools that educate the leaders of tomorrow. It is schools that provide a safe, warm place of being. It is schools that feed children and meet those basic fundamental needs. It is schools that bring us together for athletic, academic, and extracurricular events. And it is schools that promote acceptance of all. And in the midst of a crisis, the cry for help and frustration that many share is because these things are not accessible as they once were. But by working together, they can be. The school system is still here and will be there for students in our communities, even if it is not in the traditional way that we are accustomed to. Please know that school provides purpose, a place of socialization, a place of learning, and a place of security, even if it is remotely. But with caring teachers, caring parents, and caring members of our community, we will overcome this setback. As we begin this school year, let's reimagine of how school can be now and for the future, and know that we all yearn for the day that we can return face to face and celebrate with our students. It is time to recognize that we are a great school system, and it is by no accident what we have built together. And during difficult times, it is when we should work more collaboratively. I thank you in advance for your leadership, your courage, and the work that you do each and every day for our students and families. On behalf of the Burke County Board of Education, God bless, and have a great start to the school year as we welcome our students and families. And remember the 3 W's. Wait, wash your hands, and wear your mask. Thank you.